Jai Bhim, Jai Munasi. You are watching MNT News Network. Friends, every day we discuss the problems and the associated solutions for the Bahujan Mul Nivasi. Today is Sunday, and every Sunday we discuss the topic in English. So today's topic is on our screen. Today we have topic Women's Reservation Bill, Practicality and Expectations, and we have eminent speaker today with us, Mulnivasi Dr. P.S. Kamble sir, who is economist and analyst, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. So we will discuss this topic with him and let us understand the relevance of the topics, practicality and expectations, and what is the way forward, what is the solutions for this. So we'll not delay, we'll invite our speaker today and then welcome him. War welcome, sir. Javim Jamal Nivasi to MNT
Yes.
News Network.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Sir, myself, Kumar Sanjay, we will be discussing with you on the today's topic. So I think straightforward, we will be going to the first question that what would be the thought, why the team has thought that the today's topic, women's reservation bill, practicality and expectation is relevance. I mean, there is so many topics, so many atrocities and so many, related to the rights of the people. But among that, this topic has been chosen, women's reservation bill. So please let us know, please give your analysis that how this topic is relevant in current time. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, MNT English, for organizing such a very wonderful topic and discussion. First of all of us know, so far as the population of India is concerned, it is about 50%, so far as male and female distribution is concerned.
Right.
And it is therefore comparatively, when we make a comparison of socio-economic development of male versus female, there is a gap, there is a development gap. And for that reason, affirmative action is required. When the socially deprived communities, we have to uplift.
Yeah.
We have to bring into the stream of development, socio-economic development. What is required? It is required positive discrimination. It is required affirmative action. And in the same backdrop, in the same background, there is a need for protection to the women as well, to the females as well. And that is what the reservation for women is of crucial importance. In 2021, gender inequality report was published at global level, global gender inequality report 2021, and that has very significantly told the statistical data, statistical information, and that is in the real sense of meaning, it is eye-opener. It is eye-opener. It tells us that there is a significant decline, there is a significant fall in women participation, women empowerment in political era, in political sector. And that data tells us that, given by that gender inequality report, that data tells us that a significant fall in the participation of women in political area, political field, as well as the number of ministries by the female concern. A significant fall is found, a significant fall is observed, and it is therefore that is of crucial importance, the empowerment of women, especially I shall cite data. Political women empowerment index has declined by 13.5 percentage point, and the participation of women as ministers has declined from 23% to 9%. This is a significant fall, and there is a need for restricting and arresting that, and that can be done only by the reservation, only by the affirmative action, and that is of crucial importance. In addition to that, when we try to take into account the participation of women in India and across the globe as well, And that is also a eye-opener data, and that tells us what is the need and relevance of empowerment, political empowerment or empowerment of women today, and that is of crucial importance. First of all, I will try to cite data about what scenario is there across the globe, and that tells us that uh, in the uh, in the in the countries where reservation is not there, but because of the political parties are very highly educated and mindset is very good,
Yeah.
conducive for the development of women,
Yeah.
and they have made such an arrangement as the result of which participation of women is significantly greater and higher. Take
Mm.
example Sweden,
Mm.
46% participation, Norway 46%, South Africa
Wow.
45%, and Australia 38%. Reservation is
Wow.
not there, but people are very educated. Prominently, their mentality of discrimination and exclusion is not there, and because of that, even such reservation is not there. Affirmation action is not there. It is resulting in what we call the increasing participation. 45% we can imagine. We are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, 75 years of independence. And even what the scenario that we have, so far as participation of women is concerned, we find that during 1950 to 57, only 4.4 percentage participation of women was there, and the latest data is about 15%, 14.4%. And it is again this backdrop, it is again this background. Yes, there is a need for empowerment of women, political empowerment of women, or empowerment of women through the reservation, and therefore this should be justified, this should be advocated. But the thing which is of crucial importance, which is necessary to be taken into account, how
Yeah.
reservation is effective, how affirmative action is effective so far as empowerment is concerned. And that data tells us that the countries in which such affirmative action is there, reservation policy is there, their participation of women is significantly higher and greater. I will cite some data. Rwanda is African country, and which women
Yeah.
participation is 61%, where
Wow. Great.
where affirmative action is there.
Mm.
61% is there. Then Cuba 53%, Bolivia
Great.
53%, Mexico 48%, Sweden 47%. This means that yes, reservation affirmative action works, and therefore it is of crucial importance. Even in Maharashtra, reservation is given to the women 50% as per the 73rd 74 constitution, and results are very satisfactory, very up to the mark. We are watching participation of women uh, at village panchayat level, panchayat samiti level, jilla parishad level, municipal corporation level, and municipal council level as well. That doesn't mean there are no any problems and that is sufficient and adequate. That is not the case. That is necessary to be analyzed and examined. But the point to be noted, the point to be underlined is yes, reservation plays a very important role. Reservation plays a very significant, very vital role so far as development, empowerment of that deprived community. And all of us know women is nothing but women is also a deprived strata of the society, deprived section of the society. Now, talking about this reservation bill, so far as the
Yes.
history of this reservation bill is taken into account, for the first time in 1996, this bill was placed in the parliament by when the prime minister was H.D. Devegowda.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this bill was not accepted, which was followed in 1998. Uh, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was prime minister of India, and during his tenure also the bill was presented for approval, for
Yeah.
sanction, not accepted. Again in 1919, and again Vajpayee was prime minister. Again he endeavored for the passing of this women reservation bill, but not
Yeah.
accepted. Then in 2008, Manmohan Singh was prime minister, and he placed this bill for sanction and approval. This bill was accepted in Rajya Sabha, was not accepted, but not accepted in Lok Sabha. And now recently in 2023, it is unanimously approved and accepted in 2023. It is a welcome state. It is
Okay.
a welcome step, no doubt about that.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
thing, as you mentioned earlier, why it is not 50%?
Hmm.
Because the total population, the proportion of female is 50%. Why
Yeah.
we should not go for 50%? That poses a question.
Yeah.
Again, why in 23 only?
Why
Is it
in
our
20?
intention in 2024?
Hmm.
Because it is 1 year
Yeah.
to take place general elections.
Yeah.
Can that be an intention? And because of that, unanimously it was approved. But since 1996, the efforts are being made. That has not been accepted. That also poses a question.
Yeah.
Are we pure? Are we positive? Are we favorable?
Is there
In real
intention?
sense of meaning, we want empowerment of women. That is of crucial importance.
Yeah.
Number
Okay,
two,
sir.
what
I
about
think.
what about social stratification?
Yeah.
Social stratification necessary because there can be deprived communities, and their participation can be meager. Their
Yeah.
representation can be meager, and they should be uplifted. Their comparison cannot be made with the developed community, even in the female as a whole as well. So that is also a point of distinction which is necessary to be taken into account. What I
Right.
feel is, what I feel is, only political reservation is not sufficient and adequate. Again, two, three very important points in the context of this bill is necessary to be mentioned.
Hmm.
When we are going to implement, is it possible to implement immediately, quickly? Not possible. It will take longer time. And I am rather afraid of whether in future it will be accepted for implementation or not, because there is a need for taking place of census.
Yeah.
And after census, number one, that should be caste-based census.
Yeah.
Number two, that should be delimitation of that
Constituent.
constituency.
Yeah.
And unless and until these conditions are satisfied, unless and until these conditions are fulfilled, the benefits of this bill, this act will not be wrapped, will not be extracted, will not be harvested, will not be derived by the female community.
Right.
Why we have immediately not started? Why the
Yeah.
implementation we have not started? Because census is required. And
Yeah.
all of us know in 2021 also, caste-based census was opposed. It was not
Yes.
undertaken. So can that be an obstacle in future? We have accepted so far as approval is concerned, but that is
Yeah.
not sufficient and adequate. Enforcement, implementation is of crucial importance, and the precondition or compliance which is required for implementation is population census, then caste-based census, and delimitation of the
Constitution.
constituencies. Unless and until that is realized, and that will take much time. At this moment, we cannot say up to 2024 the present government will be there. A lot of
Right.
changes are taking place, radical
Right.
changes are taking place, political and whatever may be the social, economic like that. So
Yeah.
we cannot say the same government will continue. Number one, again, the same government can have that intention, which is now in the context of with reference to the women empowerment so far as political area is concerned, because there can
Yeah.
be change can take place, intention purpose can take place. Okay, we have enacted, we will prolong its implementation. That can happen even the present government comes into the power.
Yeah.
Suppose government didn't come, so the government which comes into power may discard, may bring about revisions and corrections. Again,
Yeah.
that will be delayed, that will be prolonged. Again, condition and compliance of census, caste-based census, and this demilitation of the constituencies, that is also of crucial importance. In addition
Yeah.
to that, when Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is the personality in the world who sacrificed cabinet ministership for the concern of women empowerment and development.
Right.
When Hindu Code Bill
Yeah.
passed, uh, presented for
Yes. Yes.
approval,
Yeah.
ruling party opposed. Ruling party opposed, and he tried his level best
Yeah.
because he was of the opinion that there is no any disparity or disparity or discrimination. Exclusion should not be there, not only across the deprived communities, but between male and females as well.
Right.
And being a law cabinet minister, he endeavored a lot to get passed a Hindu Code Bill. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it was not opposed by only the opposition party, but ruling party as well. And he thought, even I am a cabinet law minister, I didn't succeed, I couldn't succeed in passing of this Hindu Code Bill, then what is the need and what is the relevance and significance of my cabinet law minister? And
Yeah.
therefore, he gave resignation, resignation. Supplementary to that, Dr. Ambedkar, fortunately, he was a chairman of the drafting committee. He drafted the Constitution of India. And he always thought of equality between male and female, and
Hmm.
empowerment and development of women is of crucial importance. He always thought of, and consequently, being a chairman or being a major player of, or the player of the drafting of the constitution, he made number of provisions in the constitution
Constitution.
for the development of not only deprived communities but women as a whole, women
Yes.
as a uh, entire one, women as a whole. And he
Yes.
was of the opinion that any society which has a equity, which has equality, which has a justice, which has a fraternity, that can sustain, and that is what he called inclusive development or social inclusive development. He was desirous. When the constitution was handed over to the president of India, to the nation, the
Yeah.
last speech, last talk of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar poses number of questions about the
Yeah.
constitution which has been drafted by himself.
Yes.
He says any constitution is the good when the implementations are the best. Any
Right.
constitution is the bad when the implementations are bad.
Bad.
And in one more very important point, he posed, when the constitution will be implemented or its implementation begins in our country, in our economy, what will happen? We will be in the era of controversy.
Yes.
Era of controversy, there will be political equality because constitution provides for one person, one vote, one value. But
Right.
what about economic and social inequality? Is it possible to realize and materialize social and equal, economic equality? And he proposes, there is a need for separate provisions and separate efforts by the central government as well as state governments to bring about economic and social equality, and the participation of women and socially deprived communities in the stream of development, in the process of development. And in the context of this point is very important for the female reservation as well.
Yeah.
Suppose we assume that this bill act is implemented. Is it sufficient and adequate? Not at all. What about their economic equality? What about their social equality? And no thought of, no thoughts are there. How
Yeah.
economic empowerment of women will take place? How social justice and social empowerment of women will take place? I am of the view that yes, political empowerment is yes necessary, but we should take
Right.
a precaution that deprived communities, women, that should be uplifted, that should be given positive discriminatory treatment. In
Yeah.
addition to that, for entire women as a community, for entire women, there is a need for think of economic empowerment as well as social empowerment, and what are provisions which are required, what are measures and remedies and policies which are required, those are necessary to be incorporated, those are necessary to be implemented. What Dr. Ambedkar has provided in the Constitution, in just one minute, I will
Yeah.
cite.
No problem. Sorry.
Article 44 guarantees no discrimination before the law. Article 15 prohibits discrimination on the ground of sex. Article 15.3 empowers positive discrimination for women.
Yes.
Article 16 provides for equal opportunity in matters of public employment. Article 23 prohibits trafficking in human beings and forced labor.
Yeah.
Article 39A and B enjoins the state should provide for equal means of livelihood and equal pay for equal work. Article 42 enjoins upon the state to make provisions for securing just and human conditions of work and for maternity relief. Article 51A imposes a fundamental duty on every citizen to renounce the practices derogatory to the dignity of women. And Article 243, 243 D, they also empower women for their development and their empowerment. Provision
Yes.
is there. Provision is there
Yes.
in the Constitution, but implementation is lagging. And Dr. Ambedkar cautioned any constitution is good or bad, that is determined upon or that depends upon who is going to implement.
Yes.
And if the implementers are sincere, rigorous, honest, even that constitution is bad, it works as the best or as the good. So that has happened so far as the present scenario is concerned. Talking about
Right.
the present scenario, yes, women are lagging so far as development is concerned. How many women are educated? How many women are employees? How many women are industrialists? How many women are businessmen? How many women are their
No
full
problem.
or up to the mark development has taken place? Number of what is the status of health? What is the status of education? What is the status of autonomy and freedom? Number of issues and things are there, and Constitution of India is the best. It is the best
Sure.
in the world because it accommodates more than 140 crore people of different castes, different religions, different classes, different races, etc., etc., and that is of crucial importance. And it is therefore what I feel is only this bill is not sufficient and adequate. There are also lacunas, there are also weaknesses in
Yeah.
this bill as well. Implementation will be delayed. What about population census based on caste? What about delimitation of the constitution? So immediate benefits are not possible. Extracting and harvesting benefits of this act and bill is not possible for the women. It will take time. And future
Yes.
is uncertain. Future is uncertain. How the mentality, how the mindset of the people and political parties will change, we cannot predict that. We cannot forecast that because history tells us that since
Yes.
1996 we are endeavoring, and now in
Yes.
2023 we have succeeded, but it is a half truth. It
Yeah.
is not a full success. It is a
Yeah.
half success because implementation will take much time.
Yeah.
And whether it will be certain, it is not certain. It is uncertain. So will it work as an affirmative action so far as women empowerment in even political era is concerned? We
Yeah.
shall keep aside economic and social empowerment. We shall keep aside. That is very comprehensive and very in-depth analysis. It
Yeah.
is very important and that is very comprehensive. But even only political empowerment is taken into account and the present bill is taken into account. That also poses the number of questions. Why not 50%? Why immediate implementation not possible? Will it cost-based census permitted? Immediately, delimitation of the constitution will take place, constituencies, number of issues are there, and then it comes what Dr. Ambedkar predicted, forecasted. What about economic and social equality? What about economic and social empowerment and development of women? That
Yeah.
requires to be taken into account. That is what this is of crucial importance. This is very important so far as this is concerned. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sir, I think I was going to ask you so many questions, but since your flow was so beautiful, and the questions I was going to ask you, that the beneficial and the difficulty of this practicality, how it will be applied, but you have given a very beautiful answers in each every stages, I think, and what are the expectations. Coming forward, I think we are at the end of the program. The one question I would like to ask you, and I also remember the one statement, because we are seeing that even after the independence and even implementation of the constitution, from the 1950 until now, this government, even they haven't counted the numbers of the people, the caste census they haven't done, and this caste census question was immediately asked after the implementation of the constitution. So as you said, rightly said, that if there is no intention, so that this implementation of such a bill, although it's so much lacuna is there, but still implementation, it will take another 100 years. We never know that how many years, because until now the caste census has not happened, and we are in the 73 years of that past. So I want to ask you, with the relevant the doctor statement, that if we want our welfare of our people, or the Mulnivasi people, Baba Sahib in volume 17 part 3 said that Mulnivasi, or they said the non-Brahmin party, should come together, unite together, and form their government, at least, because then intention will be clear. Your intention is good. Your intention is in the spirit of the constitution, and then whatever policy you want to make, you can make it. And you want 50% reservation for the women, you do it. And you not only there is political, you can do in the economical, or in the all aspect, or the social aspect of the life. So what do you see, sir? I think just in a few minutes, to wrap up, that what is the hope, what is the ray of hope, can we come out of this? Is the Mulnivasi society going to come out of this, or we are going to another 100 years of in the same situation as, or more worse, because nowadays the situation seems even worse than the previous years. Yeah. So because we have to guide our people, we have to give them the ray of hope. They shouldn't be disheartened that there is no way, they're not shattered. They must look that there is a way out, and we will come out, we will fight, and we will get our rights. Yeah. So in that respect, you please give some good solutions, good answers, and I think we'll finish the
Yes,
thing. Yeah.
this is very important question. I would say it is crux of the today's program. Yes, first of all, constitution should be base of any policy, whatever may be the government, whatever may be the political party, that doesn't matter. What matters is what is the basis of formulation of the policies, and what rigorousness, honesty, sincerity is there in the implementation. It should be made every party obligatory in the framework of constitution only. We have to formulate policies, and implementation should be very sincere, honest, rigorous, and that will enable us empowerment in political, social, as well as economic sectors, and that will benefit not only women but the deprived communities as well. Talking about preparation for elections, yes, all other political parties who are in favor of uh, development with justice, or we may say inclusive development, we may say inclusive growth, we may say empowerment of the women, empowerment of the deprived communities, that is of crucial importance. Actually, what is happening? We are giving reservations, but we are discarding employment. We are privatizing, and so no employment is there. In public sector, employment is not there, but this privatization, outsourcing, companionization, such liberalization is taking place, and we are just restricting employment in public sector. Public sector employment is a must, otherwise the reservation has no meaning at all. Then when we have to realize and achieve economic and social development, recruitment is necessary, and that should be there in the public sector, that of both the state government as well as central government, and the corporations like insurance, banks, uh, financial institutions like that. That is of crucial importance. Supplementary to that, one thing is very much clear, and that is the domination of the private sector. Why we should not implement reservation is private sector? Because private sector development also to the greater extent possible depends upon the assistance and help of the public sector and the government. Government help is being taken by the private sector as well. So it is high time, it is the appropriate time to implement reservation in private sector as well. So we should consolidate, we should gather all those political parties who are in favor of development, empowerment of women, not only women, but deprived communities, socially deprived communities, and that should work as a pressure group, that should work as a force, and that will overcome who are rightist or who are against the empowerment and development of uh, women and socially deprived communities as well. And very important thing, constitution plays a very important role. It is the best constitution as per my study, my view, and that should be taught, that should be learned at every level, and effort should be made to implement at every level, from grassroots to upper or national level. That effort is required, and
Exactly.
that should be made obligatory. That should be made obligatory to implement the provisions in the constitution, and that will only enable us what we call it as a not only the empowerment of women in political area, but social and economic empowerment, and in addition to that, development and empowerment of socially deprived communities as well. SCs can be there, STs can be there, OBCs can be there, minorities can be there. That is also of crucial importance, and all efforts hand to hand are necessary to be carried out. Then and then only what we call it as a the bright future will be there so far as the Mul Niwasis is concerned, women
Yeah.
are concerned, and socially deprived communities as well. And unless and until rigorous efforts are undertaken, it is very, very, very challenging. It is not easier and simpler, and it is not in the straightforward like that. It is a very, very cumbersome exercise, but it is necessary. It is inevitable. Unless and until in that direction the efforts are being made, rather it is very difficult. Even we should not be very much happy on this
No.
empowerment of this bill, passing of the bill, because number of number of things are there, concerns are there relating to
Yeah.
this also. When it will be implemented, whether it will be comprehensively, sincerely, honestly, rigorously or not. Number of things and issues are there. Already I have discussed. But the
Yes.
thing is that constitution should be made the base of foundation of every policies to be formulated and to be implemented, and that training and education is necessary to be given, not only the political parties, not only the political people, but also the bureaucrats as well, because bureaucrats also should be trained and educated about the constitution, and no any reform that sacrifices or that violates the spirit of the constitution should not be permitted and allowed. If in that direction the efforts are being made, I am damn sure future is
Yeah.
the bright for the empowerment and development, not only women, that should be on priority basis, but the development of the deprived, socially deprived communities as well. Scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and OBCs and minorities is also of crucial importance, and that should be the agenda so far as the development in the future is concerned. That is what from my side. Uh,
Yeah.
over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. I think the way you explained it, I think there is a ray of hope, and the people should not be thinking in the negative direction. They must look into positive direction. And when you were talking, then I was showing on the screen that there is a plan. There is already going on the ground level. That is called the BS4, door to door BS4. BS4 is Bharatiya Samvidhan Samman Suraksha and Samvardhan. So we have, made around 50,000 of the constitutional preachers who are going door to door, and they are explaining the constitution and the spirit of the constitution in the all level in the so I think we hope that we will come out of this situation, and we have a bright future. And thank you so much for joining today. You have taken time and you have beautifully explained the topic. Thank you so much, sir. Javim Jaimulyasi. We'll be in
Thank
touch
you.
again. Yeah.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, with this, I think we will end the program here. We will be in touch with you, sir, and we will sometimes again meet, and then we'll discuss some other topics. Thank you so much, sir. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Friends, you saw the today's topic, how deeply it has been discussed, although its time was less. In 30 minutes, we keep the program. So, but I think we have touched all aspects of what was required to know, and we will with this one. I think we can end the program. I want to request you that you can be a part of this door-to-door BS4, whatever organization you belongs, you can join hands together and then come together to spread the constitution in each and every home, and let it go, from the all state, all districts. Thank you so much. Jai Bhim, Jai Milwasi, Jai Samvidhan, Jai Bharat. We request you that if you want to help, then I have displayed here. You can go through that, and you can donate. If you want to help in any sense, you can help it. Thank you so much. Uh,
एमएनटी न्यूज नेटवर्क को सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक और फॉलो करना ना भूलें। साथ ही बेल आइकॉन दबाकर जन जागृति की मुहिम में जुड़े रहें।